What's up YouTube? Dale here from YUGIOH Award Games, and as we get closer to the end of 2019, I thought it'd be good to bring you a very special video, and today we are bringing you the 2019 Yu-Gi-Oh! Award show. So, 2019 has been a crazy year. In the past few months, we've also learned that in 2020, we will also be getting a new Master Rules, or a revision on Master Rule 4, where you now no longer need to special summon a Fusion, Synchro, or XYZ monster to a zone a Link monster points to. Pendulum monsters from the extra deck still need to go to the same zone a Link monster points to, and so do Link monsters that also need to go to the extra monster zone. But for everyone else, it actually brings people back from Master Rule 3 into Master Rules. So that was the biggest news we've had of 2019, but throughout 2019 we have received reprints, we have seen new sets, new cards, absolutely everything from YCS events all the way down to crazy plays of Ash Blossom Attack for Zero. Who remembers that one? Anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through 6 categories that you guys at home have also been voting for as well. And those categories starting off with the best reprint of 2019. Who remembers reprints of 2019? Not to mention the small sets that we've had with Mystic Fighters, Fist of the Gadgets. The main reprint sets we've had is Battles of Legends, Heroes Revenge, and of course the Gold Sark Tins, both bringing us some amazing reprints. But who can remember the first reprint we received of the year? Of course it was Common Ash Blossom in 2019, start of the year with the Soul Burner structure deck. And that of course is one of our nominations. The other 3 nominations are as follows. Any of the Dangers. So Dangers received reprints of reverse rarities in the Gold Sark Megatins. Now they were introduced in Cybernetic Horizon, and they've actually been a very powerful engine to be used in both FTKs and of course Orcus builds, not to mention any form of extension that you like of your deck. We also received Engage, not once, but twice. We received a secret rare reprint in Battles of Legends Heroes Revenge and an ultra rare reprint in the Gold Sark Tins. Finally, we also received a Boral Sword. Now, Boral Sword again was introduced to us in Cybernetic Horizon and is probably one of the most powerful Link 4s to date, being able to switch one of your opponent's monsters or even your own monster to defense position and gain an additional attack. Not to mention the monster that it declares an attack on, it'll also gain half of that monster's attack as well, always guaranteeing a big sum lump of damage and increasing the ability to OTK. Not to mention when we get Needle Fiber in 2020, it'll also count as a 1-card combo to get to a Boral Sword. Boral Sword again also received 2 reprints, one in Battles of Legend and of course one in the Gold Sark Megatins. So, which one did you guys at home vote for to be the most popular reprint of 2019? Well, let's find out this day. That's right, with 51% of the votes, Boral Sword was the most demanded reprint of 2019 and ultimately the best reprint we received of 2019. Coming out in Cybernetic Horizon, it was a secret rare and hit heights of about £70. Also coming down as its ultra rare reprint is now only about £10, becoming a staple in anyone's extra deck that can make a Link 4 with ease. So, starting off with the best reprint, Boral Sword takes the crown. Moving on to our second category of today, and that of course is the best set. Now, we have actually considered only the core sets because the reprint sets or the small sets like Mystic Fighters and Fist of the Gadgets, in my opinion, did not live up to expectations. However, the core sets we received did, and actually produced some very important cards, both for specific decks and generic support as well. So, let's see the 4 sets that we received in 2019 for the best set of the year.
サベージストライク発売中です。ファイアウォールエクシードドラゴンも登場だ。遊戯王オフィシャルカードゲームデュエルモンスターズダークネオストーン1月12日発売。現れろバレルロードエクスチャージドラゴンクラウンがいい蒼天のバレルキャノンライジングランページ4月13日発売。リンク召喚現れろリンクゴーファイアウォールドラゴンダークヘルド食らえネオテンペストエンド遊戯王オフィシャルカードゲームデュエルモンスターズカオスインパクト7月13日発売。
The winner, and I think it's only right that we watch this trailer again, of set of the year went to...
現れろバレルロードサベージドラゴンその身で味わうがいい全てを貫く鋼の弾丸をサベージストライク発売中。
That's right, Savage Strike being the first core set of the year took the prize as the best set of the year thanks to you guys out there. It definitely had the most consistent amount of cards that are of value both for collectors and of course actual deck users of the 4 core sets we received in 2019. Now, before we take a quick look back at some of the best events of the year, let's take a look at our third category, and of course that is the best card to be introduced in 2019. Now, 2019 introductions, like we've already mentioned, that introduced us to Pot of Extravagance, Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, Dingrisu, and of course, who can forget Rocky Boy Nibiru. Now, Pot of Extravagance, for those of you who do not know, was the best draw card for a deck that doesn't rely on the extra deck. By at the start of your main phase 1, having to be the first card you play, banishing 6 or 3 cards from your extra deck, you get to draw 1 or 2 cards depending on the multiple number of 3 that you have banished. Very, very nice plus on that one. Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, as if it wasn't enough that you reveal this in hand and became one of the most expensive cards in the entire year. If your opponent link summoned, you've got to special summon it, then draw cards equal to the number of link monsters they control, plus 1. So it replaced itself. If that wasn't enough, you'd have to put the cards back minus the 1, so you'd always plus Y via 1 card and replace itself and get yourself a 2400 beta on board. Then, it also had a built-in protection effect that if any of your cards were targeted by your opponent's card effect, you could discard 1 card, negate and destroy. Very, very powerful card, that one as well. We've already gone over Dingrisu, generic level 8, gave an insane boost to Orcus, being able to be overlaid on top of a Orcus link monster, and then being able to either send or attach a material, not to mention its built-in protection effect. And then of course we got Rocky Boy Nibiru, which came in the Gold Sark Megatins as one of the promos. If your opponent conducts 5 summons or more, you can reveal this card, tribute all monsters on the field, special summon a token to your opponent's side of the field with equal attack and defense to all of those monsters tributed, and then of course give yourself a Nibiru, which is a 3000 beta. Now obviously if you're tributing off link monsters, their defense is 0, so the token is going to have 0 defense. Very, very easy to get rid of should you need to. Now again, you all voted for what you believe was the best card of 2019. So, with the 4 nominees in front of you, let's reveal the winner. With nearly 50% of the votes hitting 48%, the best card that you voted for the year was, of course, Nibiru. Now, with Maxi on the ban list, what could be better than a card in hand that can completely destroy any combo deck or make them play a little bit more cautiously by putting a negate on board first. Very, very powerful card. Definitely will make headway in 2020 as well. So I hope you have your playset. Now, before we get onto the final 3 categories of this award show, I thought it would be good to go over some of the most honourable or amazing moments we saw in 2019. Who can remember the crazy 12-second rush play combo that Jake Quincy did in the top 32 against Joshua Schmidt at the Euros this year? Check it out.
because Joshua's hand
What a
was not
match.
very
Does
playable.
Jake has enough time to actually go into the Dingirsu though? Oh my god, this is gonna be so close. He can just go and summon Dingirsu and take the game. This is absurd. He has 2 seconds. Oh, what is happening? Oh my god. This is gonna be so close. What is going on here?
We've also seen some crazy behaviour. Who remembers the top 4 match where Ash Blossom was normal summoned and then attacked for 0? Now, of course, it all made us laugh at the time, but it did come back to bite Niall in the backside when his opponent top decks a card of Demise.
Is he actually normal
I'm
summoned
a
Ash?
little confused.
He declares an attack for 0. Yes! No damage has been inflicted, but that is an ultimate flex, asserting his dominance, normal summoning Ash to declare an attack.
Congratulations to Niall nonetheless, reaching top 4 at YCS Milan. Now let's continue with our categories, and it feeds in quite nicely to the next one. Our next one is the best YCS European win of 2019. Who can forget all the memorable moments we had at the 4 YCS events this year? Dusseldorf, Ghent, London and Milan. Now we are going to show you clips from the finals of the winning moment that these people were crowned champions. So let's start off with YCS Dusseldorf winner Tom Rose.
Tom is saying, okay, we're just going to go for Phoenix.
Yes.
Phoenix effect. We're going to throw away our Phantom Knight most. Like, the Phantom Knight is an
He
attack.
just attacks,
Just attack.
and the
And that's
handshake.
game. That
and
is
Tom
Thomas
is
Rose.
the new YCS champion from Dusseldorf, 3-time champion. That's incredible.
The largest YCS ever goes to Thomas Rose from the UK, and the audience are ecstatic.
Our second nomination, of course, is YCS Ghent with Jonas Jubrik, who took Orkust to the top again.
Him off guard. Oh, but he does play that.
What was that?
Wow. Wow, you can see Sam. Wow, that's great.
The third nomination comes from our very own YCS London, where Pascal took his Sky Strikers all the way.
And now he's equal for the moment, and he would get into a negative violence right there.
He
And
even
that's
picked
not
up
really
the
where
back
he
and
wants to
only
go.
be
Which,
one.
to be fair, I think. Oh, another engage.
Not
What?
really.
No
What
way!
is this?
This is incredible!
What is
This is absolutely the crowd goes wild. I hope you can hear it.
And finally, YCS Milan, where Andres Velos took his deck all the way and actually became a 2-time YCS champion.
Like, this might, because he's gonna send the Gizmak here.
Yeah.
The Gizmak might just be enough to win, and
that's
that's it.
game.
Andreas Velos won the second YCS.
So amazing YCS moments there for you. Now, you guys again voted in your numbers for which one you thought was the best. There was loads of memorable moments there for you to watch and enjoy, and you guys, with a staggering 66%, decided that this was your winner.
Right
Yeah.
there,
He
and
even
that's
picked
not
up
really
the
where he
back and
wants to
only
go.
be
Which,
one.
to be fair, I think. Oh, another engage.
Not
What?
really.
No
What
way!
is
This is incredible!
What is this?
This is absolutely the crowd goes wild. I hope you can hear it.
So congratulations to Pascal. Engage into engage. It becomes a common theme nowadays. Hopefully that will change come the banist of January. But let's move on to our penultimate title and our penultimate award, and this one goes to the Yugi tubers out there. So this one is the most influential Yugi tuber of 2019. There are so many Yugi tubers out there, it's hard to name every single one. Whether it be a small-time Yugi tuber that has been inspired by a big one, or a brand new Yugi tuber like him who has actually introduced the sealed play product to all the Yugi tubers out there. Ultimately, what it is down to is the Yugi tubers that have inspired you guys at home to pick your deck back up, change your deck, or get back into the game. Let's not forget, we have Team Sam with his incredible enthusiasm and questionable thumbnails. M. Cole 40 and House of Champs giving you the lowdown on the market watch and the ups and downs of Yu-Gi-Oh prices in your area. You also have Dizif, Cali Effect, Triff Gaming, the list goes on and on and on. MST TV with an incredible knowledge of the game and their judging experience, bringing you everything you could possibly need, alongside Simo, who is probably one of the most energetic and captivating Yu-Gi tubers out there. Now, everyone has their own personal preference of who they like to watch on a weekly or daily basis. As long as you're getting the information and inspiration to keep the game going, that is all that matters. So, I had to narrow the list down to these 5 Yu-Gi tubers. Starting off with, of course, the one, the only, Simo! Finishing off his year on a high, Far, of course, took to YCS Milan to become one of the commentators.
How many cards are in your extra deck, Tom?
None.
MST TV bring you as much knowledge as they possibly can, whether it be the type of side deck cards to use for upcoming formats, or even their enhanced deck profiles on decks yet to be released in the TCG. Then you have Lithium, with his YUGIOH Pro replays and in-depth instructions of the brand new cards the second they are released.
At least the new hand trap being Crescent, I believe the name is. It's very similar to Effect Failure and Impermanence.
Let's not forget the introduction of sealed played videos from him, who've actually brought amazing inspiration to not just people at home watching, but of course the Yu-Gi tubers themselves.
Starting from just 3 structure decks and on a budget of under $40 a week, I'm going to attempt to construct a competitive deck entirely from sealed product. No trading, no buying individual cards online, all leading up to taking on one of Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest challenges, topping a Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series event. This is Simo.
Like I said, there were so many to get on the list, it was very, very hard to narrow it all down. Now, your winner for the most influential Yu-Gi tuber of 2019 with 52% of the votes is the one and only Simo! I have massive respect for every single Yu-Gi tuber out there, whether they be big or small. They are very, very creative, and it's always nice to see different interpretations on the game and being able to inspire both the young, new players and the old, everlasting players as well. Now let's move on to our final category, and no surprise on this one, the best deck of 2019. I narrowed the list down to 4 of the main contenders from the year, including Thunder Dragons. With their ability to protect themselves from destruction and the ability to stop you searching, they could be a royal pain in the backside. And if they do, by a miracle, survive to Master of 5 or even jump the January ban list, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Moving on to, of course, that pesky Salamangreat deck that came out in January, the start of the year, and it actually was able to take a double barrel hit off the ban list and still produce some fairly decent tops. Losing Gazelle to 1 and Circle to 1, the deck was still able to function and actually produce some very, very important wins. Then, of course, we've got that thorn in everybody's backside, and that is, of course, Sky Strikers. They have been around since the middle of 2018, I believe, and whether they are being used pure or whether they are being used as an engine, they are always there. Engage into engage, as long as there's more than one engage, is always a possibility. And then the deck that emerged the most this year, of course, was Orcust. Whereas Orcust being played pure, with Dangers, with Cyber Dragons, Lunar Lights, or of course being used with Sky Strikers, this deck was always around. It'll be interesting to see what happens to this deck come the January 2020 ban list and what happens with the other supporting cards. But for now, it is still one of the most powerful decks of the entire year. And as with the rest of the categories, you guys voted in your numbers to choose which one of these was your winner. With a narrow 51% of the votes, Orcust was your guys' deck of the year. Now, keep in mind, this is not Orcust pure, this was any form of Orcust where the Orcust engine dominated the deck, which in most of the plays, it always did. Anyway, that is it for our award show. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you a different look and it also gave you some fond memories of 2019. Before we move on, a couple of points to keep in mind for 2020. Like I said, at the start of January, we received Dark Magician support. Urgh. But it's going to be a short print, it's going to be Ultra, and Spiral players are going to want it, it's going to be very, very expensive. But, not to forget, in March 2020, we finally received Needle Fiber. Yay! But then in April 2020, we go back to Master Rule 3. No, is it too late for Needle Fiber? I don't know. Still a very, very powerful card. Very, very good as well. Not to mention, we also get brand new Link Vein 3, hopefully some Link Vein 2, and the last of the Link Vein 1 cards in that set, as well as some other very, very nice reprints as well, which would be awesome. And then the biggest news of 2020 and of course 2019 is that at the 1st of April 2020 we will be joining the OCG in the change of the Master Rules, where you now no longer need to special summon an XYZ, Synchro or Fusion monster to the Extra Monster Zone or a zone a Link Monster points to. Link Monsters still have to go to the Extra Monster Zone and still need to go to a zone a Link Monster points to, as well as Pendulums. It'll be very, very interesting to see where the format goes from here on. If you are an old player that dropped out as soon as Master Rule 4 was introduced and are considering coming back, please let us know in the comments down below. We're more than happy to give you an update on the format and what we personally feel will be a good deck for you guys to get a hold of moving into this new format. But I hope you enjoyed this, hope it gave you a different aspect and also opened up some many, many, many memories of 2019. From everyone here at Zephyr Wargames, we also wish you guys a very happy new year moving into 2020, and let's hope 2020 is as good as 2019 was for set releases, starting off with Dark Magician, so we're on a good step that way. Anyway, thanks for watching, like, comment, subscribe, share, and as always guys, moving into 2020, happy dueling.